views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
This show's audio was via a Skype call.
The Truth is Funny with Colette Steffen will have you thinking outside the box and riding the wave of infinite potential. Join Colette on the Higher Self Network as she provides energetic shifts and consistent results in every area of life, inspiring listeners to shine their brilliance and ensure success. Many people who shift out of limiting beliefs roar with laughter as they recognize the humor of the giant cosmic joke. The truth is funny. Shift happens. Feel instant relief. Stay tuned for more fun and release struggle and suffering. And now, here's your host, Colette Steffen.
This is Colette Marie Steffen. Welcome to The Truth is Funny on Transformation Talk Radio. Stay tuned for the next hour and experience the instant relief of using your intuition to solve life's most challenging problems. Shift happens every Wednesday at 8 o'clock a.m. Pacific time, and that's live on the airwaves and in the archives at thetruthisfunny.com, transformationtalkradio.com, and transformationradio.fm. So the energetic shifts are accessible through what I call HSN, the Higher Self Network. And it is my pleasure to share this life-transforming information with you, and also to give you the opportunity to call in. We do love to hear from you, 1-800-930-2819. It is just me and the dragons going solo today. I have some information to share just regarding what's going on with the radio show, etc., and just wanted to kind of chill out and do some sessions with people. If you would like to call in, we'll pick a card and we'll work with the dragons. So the first thing that order of business that I wanted to mention is that Phil Free and his brother Michael Deliage have been hosting this radio show now for 2 years. I think Phil's been on my radio show, 50 times at least over the last 6 years. We're moving into our 6th year now. And they've been hosting and sharing information about the Enneagram for 2 years now. The bad news is that on April 3rd, it will be their last show here on The Truth is Funny. And, I just want to thank them for all the amazing information that they've shared and all of the energetic upgrades. The good news is that's the bad news. The good news is that I am going to be filling that space, or doing my best to, as the official Dragon Sayer show. I'm getting very close to finishing my Tales from the Vector Dragon Oracle. And this is a project that I've been working on for 12 years now. And I'm in my 12th year working on it, and I'm on dragon number 63. Of course, her name is Synchronicity. And I've been sharing some of the sketchings of her on Facebook, and will continue to do so as I work on her. For those of you who have listened to the show before, the Tales from the Vector Dragon cards are actually energy correcting cards that work through using feng shui principles as you place them around your home. I also have reproductions of my paintings. I started this project, as I said, back in 2007, and have been diligently working on it for 12 years now. And so as these dragons have come to being, like they're a series of paintings, as I said, and I've imprinted them with my crystal energy, also with all the energetic shifting I'm doing at the time. And so these paintings, I brought the cards out 3 years ago. It'll be on April 28th. It'll be 3 years ago that we brought them out. Cindy Lee Yelland and I brought them to the Spring Festival of Awareness back 3 years ago. on April 28th, and they've been out there playing with people from all around the world for 3 years now on April, at the end of April this year. And so I'm getting a really good feeling for how, the deck is going to, I'm writing up the book for it, et cetera, right now. And it's all very exciting. So we've decided that on the first Wednesday of each month, we will go live on Facebook so that you can actually see the paintings and the drawings that I'm talking about. And we will be doing consultations. If people want to call in and pick a card, we'll be doing that and explaining a little bit more about how to use the deck and how to use my book, The Truth is Funny. So that's kind of where we're going with everything. And so that gives me a month to get my studio formulated here. And I'm excited about it. Also kind of sad, it's always a challenge when you're letting things go. And that kind of made me think a lot about, all the people that have been on this radio show in the last 6 years, or 5.5 years, whatever it's been now. All of the amazing people that have shared their wisdom and their energy on this show. And I just wanted to say thank you to all of you. And one of those has been that was on the radio show quite frequently is Mr. Will Hatch. And I just wanted to say that he is now an official candidate running for office in the upcoming provincial election in Alberta on April the 16th in the Pagan riding. That's Paigan, but kind of funny, not to be confused with Pagan. So congratulations to him. And we wish Phil and his brother all the best in their upcoming endeavors. They're both very busy people that are doing amazing work. And last week I had Claudette Rowley on my show, and she is talking. She's also a host on the radio show on Transformation Talk Radio. And I am pleased to announce that I will be on May 10th revisiting with her, and I'm going to be on her show. And that will be at 10 o'clock a.m. on 10 o'clock a.m. Friday, May 10th. So lots of interesting things happening here. A lot of people that I'm communicating with now with my clients, et cetera. There's a lot of energy running right now with a lot of change out there. And I mean, there always is change happening. But as human beings have a tendency to not necessarily notice the change that is going in a really strong positive way, as much as the change that is going backwards sometimes, or it feels backwards. And this is, I talk about this quite a bit, about how we are, if we are going to march through life, we would always be going forward, one foot after another, but that's more like marching. What we want to do is dance through life, which is why I called my new program Call to Dance. It's really the people that come to my seminars have a tendency to be well on their journey in maybe looking into alternative healing practices, or just into, or they may be on a spiritual journey. And saying this, though, many of the people that I connect with at my seminars are professional people also that are wanting to use this information of how to identify what leading weaknesses are really preventing people from moving forward. They would like to use that in their own way. And so this is what I feel I specialize in, is empowering other people to identify their strengths and weaknesses and work with those strengths and eliminate the weaknesses. They never, as I said, are what you think they are. And so what I do is kind of a balancing act between the creativity and the creative solutions and also the logical thinking. And so when I first started teaching energy seminars about, I guess that would have been back in 2009, I would bring crayons to the seminars and say to people, just use crayons to color in, or to take notes, because if you get into this place of being like an innocent child and playing with the energy, then what happens is it allows you to not be so concerned regarding whether you're right or wrong. When we are doing energy work, we're not really talking about right or wrong. We are more talking about whether or not things are weak or strong, whether they're in alignment or out of alignment. And so this information is extremely powerful, and will benefit people in every single aspect of their lives. You can use it for business, you can use it for finances, you can use it for health, relationships, and this is what we are sharing this information at the upcoming seminar in April here, which I'll talk about when we come back. This is Colette Marie Steffen. You're listening to The Truth is Funny on Transformation Talk Radio. And my guests today are the Dragons. And feel free to call in if you want to have your an energetic shift, or if you have any questions regarding energy work, etc. We'll be right back after this short break.
Are you done being afraid to jump into the life that's waiting for you? Are you ready for a real shift? I invite you to tune in every Tuesday with me, Tracy L., on the Tracy L. Clark Show, where we will teach you how to live your extraordinary life. At 8 a.m. Pacific on Transformation Talk Radio, where I will provide the tools and the steps needed to help you transcend perceived limitations and move forward with an extraordinary life. For more information, visit me at tracylclark.com.
Goddess Light Shamanic Healer Bree Gibbs guides us through the ascending worlds, bringing forth knowledge and truth. As a light creator, she is here to provide new information needed at this time in our evolution. Join Bree as she shares messages from guides, spirits, ascended masters, goddesses, and more. Tune in Thursdays at 3 p.m. Pacific for the Dr. Bree Show, The Goddess Emergence, and live the authentic life.
Have you ever wondered if there's a way to heal the deep, hidden inner issues, wounds, beliefs, and traumas? The journey into spiritual healing engages people in all areas of their lives to heal themselves and others. Tune in each month on Transformation Talk Radio as Dr. Jaffe brings conversations of healing of body, mind, and spirit as he merges the excellence of traditional medicine with the beauty of spiritual healing. For more information about Dr. Jaffe, this show, and his work, visit drjaffemd.com.
Hi, I'm Laura Meeks, and the most common problem that my clients face is all work and no play. This is why I created Fly High Living. I help you develop a balanced life plan and guide you to a place where you love to wake up in the morning.
Call 888-666-1570 or go to flyhighliving.com to sign up for the 4-week Flight Plan for Life course.
Dream on, fly high, and live adventurously on The Laura Meeks Show. Tune in each month on Transformation Talk Radio as host Laura Meeks guides you in finding your unique gifts and bringing them to life. As a certified life coach, speaker, and veteran bomber pilot for the U.S. Air Force, Laura knows how to follow a dream. She is ready to support you so you can dream on, fly high, and live adventurously. For more information on Laura and her work, visit flyhighliving.com.
Golden Otter Divinations Radio, where the metaphysical meets the mainstream with Autumn Seibel. Tune in the first Friday every month at 9 a.m. Pacific as Autumn, educator, health coach, and medium, explores metaphysical and mainstream strategies on how to elevate your level of conscious living. Draw in the abundance that is yours by divine right. For more information about working with Autumn, visit goldenotter.us. That's golden like the precious metal and otter like the precious animal.us.
This is Colette Marie Steffen. You're listening to The Truth is Funny on Transformation Talk Radio. Just before the break, I was talking about what's upcoming on The Truth is Funny, and what I've been up to. I mentioned that I do have an upcoming Layer 1 seminar, so I just wanted to finish giving the information for that on April 5th from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Will be my live talk event, Shift Happens live talk event at the Canada Hotel and Conference Center. And that's from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock Friday night on April 5th. April 6th and 7th is the Layer 1 seminar. And I also want to mention, before I forget to, that I have my official modern day Dragon Sayer page up right now. And that's on the website, The Truth is Funny. And you can go there and you can just look up all the different benefits of taking the seminar and what it's about. And I also, we're not quite finished with it. I have a bit more work to do on it. But I really want to thank Dr. Pat and her team for empowering me to get this all done. And so we do. I also wanted to mention that today's program, the title of this show is that everything is not always as it seems to be. And I did share a picture from my Layer 3 manual there. And I just want to say, because Easter is coming up, that picture is just one of the pictures in my manual. Layer 3 manual is the one where we share tactics and karmic spaces. And just want to give a big shout out to all the little baby chicks that are being used as Easter posters, and their real reality when they are in a factory farm, which I don't want to belabor the point. I just want to say, thinking about all those little cute chickens and sending them a bunch of love and vibes. And if for those of them that are in the factory farms, we just want to send our heartfelt wishes for the system to possibly change and be a little bit more compassionate. And so that's all I want to say about that. It's something that we talk about in our seminars, my seminars, a lot, about voting with your dollar and making sure that, to the best of your ability, that we can all be responsible with how we invest ourselves in what we eat, how we live, etc. And so I just wanted to explain that that's something that is close to my heart, is just allowing people to be a little bit more aware of what's going on out there and to make strong choices regarding where they put their dollar. Carter, we do have a caller calling in here all the way from Chile, so we're going to take this call.
Yeah, we have Raul from Chile.
Hey, Raul. I recognize that laugh.
We're far, far away,
but not that far by Radioland.
Yes, I really need to have a conversation with those dragons of yours.
Well, they're all excited right now because synchronicity is like getting painted now, and the last one we have is neutrality. It's kind of,
oh wow.
We joke about it at my classes because the first dragon in the manual is neutrality. Is because that's what I teach first thing in the morning at my seminar, and she's the last dragon to be painted. So the dragons have a weird sense of humor. What can we do for you today, Ro?
Well, you were offering I was asking see if you can pull a card for me, and I'm feeling very off.
Very off. Okay. So a lot of people right now are describing how they feel as very off. And so it's been a very extremely fast ride for a lot of people right now. And what I'm finding with my clients, with people that are calling into the radio show, just people in general speaking, I flew out to Calgary, and just talking to people in general at the airport, talking to a lot of people, is they're feeling a lot of like insecurity around the way the world is right now. It just doesn't seem like anything is like exactly like it used to be. And what I say about that, this is really interesting, because when I planned this show, and I said things are not always the way they seem to be. One of the things that I wanted to share with everybody is that, I revisited what I wrote back in 2016 this morning, regarding the book I wrote, a short story in Life Sparks, which are stories to illuminate, inspire, and ignite. And I revisited what I wrote in there about possibilities just being, opportunities are disguised as problems as long as you care to open the window and look more closely. And in that short story, I tell the story of my dad and his struggle when he had Guillain-Barré syndrome and ended up paralyzed from head to toe within a matter of 36 hours, and how that changed our lives. And, my dad ran his business blinking his right eye for a year before he went bankrupt. That's something I didn't make clear in the book. My dad ran his business for a year blinking his right eye. Yes or no. That's all. That's the only way he had to communicate for a while there. And then it was 4 years though of his recovery. And as I was reading what I wrote, that was 3 years ago, I realized like, wow, this man, like, can you imagine being 68 and having to pull that energy up to learn to walk and talk and eat like a baby again, and so when I revisited that, I was like, there really isn't that much in life that could be much more challenging than that. And we all survived that. And the card that I'm bringing up for you right now, it's interesting. The card that's coming up is the integrity card. And so this is number 10 in the deck, and there's the pyramid in the background from Egypt and a big sun, and the dragon is a very big, powerful dragon, and actually sitting as the Sphinx, actually just away from there. But this card is about integrity. This is about not just the integrity of, it's not coming up you personally, but integrity of the world, integrity and the integration. This card is also about the integration of the physical components of the body. And in your case, what I'm getting, that what this card is saying is more about pulling all the things that are happening in your life together right now and integrating those. So you said you're feeling really kind of off. On a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being, press the panic button, my hair's on fire, and 0 being totally neutral, I'm cool as a cucumber. Where are you on that scale?
I feel like 8.
8. Okay. And so when you get in touch with that, what would you say, because I talk a lot about this. This is not what people think it is not the answer. If you,
that's what I want to know.
yeah. And so if you have a question and you ask a logical, question and you require a logical answer, you'll be like a dog chasing its tail. So we're just going to strengthen that for you, that, you quit chasing your tail and you just sit still for a lot of people that are doing a lot of energy work, that have a lot of change going on in their lives. I mean, you've just uprooted yourself, and you're in a foreign country. How many, you and I discussed this when you had a session with me a while back, that, they have those charts for for health insurance. I don't even think they'd give you insurance now. Because you like every single thing that they have on that chart, you have done in the last 3 months. So you have so much change happening in your life right now, and it was so fast. And this is what a lot of people are expressing. And you may think, oh, where did this come from? Because why is it all happening so fast? And I thought this is what I wanted, and blah, blah, blah. But I talk about this, Ro. When you're in steering your reality, it's kind of like, have you ever been waiting for like you're really, really thirsty, and you turn on the hose and the water doesn't come out? And then you realize, there's a knot in the hose, so you have to undo the knot, and then you get the water. Well, you are undoing the knot right now. And so everything that you were working on, a while back has not had a chance to come into fruition on this third dimensional plane. And so you're not, people think, oh, well, I made all these changes and it should be like right now. What I'm saying is you're very impatient. And you've got, like, what's happening is there's a backup in the hose. There's a knot there. And so when we're energetically shifting things, we will see results immediately often. And then at other times, we will see results come in layers. And so the actions that what you are seeing right now happening in your actual life is not necessarily from what we worked on a week ago. It's from what we worked on 5 years ago. And so if you want to hang on through the break here, because we have to take a quick break, I'm going to work on this a little bit more and check back in with you when we come back. This is Paulette Marie Steffen. You're listening to The Truth is Funny on Transformation Talk Radio. We'll be right back to make some more shift happen. 1-800-930-2819. We'll be right back.
Did you know that all of the shows on the Transformation Radio Network are available as podcasts to stream or download?
Really?
Check us out. Go to transformationradio.fm. We have business shows, spiritual shows, energy healing shows, and pretty much everything in between. Something for everyone, guaranteed to inspire, educate, and transform. We are transforming the world, one listener at a time.
Have you ever wondered how you might feel differently if the books were full of her instead of him? What if your history lesson was filled with powerful women leaders and rulers? As a woman, would you feel more empowered? As a man, would you see women differently? I'm Megan Edge. I'd love for you to join me on my radio show, Playing on the Edge, Radical Change with Ease, with my co-host, Dr. Pat, on Transformation Talk Radio. I hope to see you there.
Are you looking for the perfect setting for your next workshop or retreat? At Spirit Fire Meditative Retreat Center, cultivating consciousness is what we do best. Our guests count on us to create an atmosphere that supports serenity and well-being. We lead from the heart and create space for the mind. Freshly prepared meals designed with local and organic ingredients, 95 acres of beautiful woods and pastures, and a facility built with green in mind. This is what you'll find at Spirit Fire. For more information, visit spiritfireretreatcenter.com.
Introducing the Lucid Planet, a digital gathering place featuring cutting-edge, high-vibrational content that will empower and inspire you to become the greatest version of yourself. Visit the Lucid Planet today to stimulate your mind, body, and soul as you connect with a global community of like-minded people. The Lucid Planet is edited by renowned psychologist and author Dr. Kelly Neff, who is here to help you cope with anxiety, connect to your higher purpose, uncover your true passions, and live your dreams. Dr. Kelly's fresh, compassionate perspective emphasizes growth, transformation, healing, and thriving. Even in the face of adversity, say goodbye to bad news and low vibrational media for good and become part of the larger collective of people working together to navigate the global shift of consciousness and transform the world from within. Join the planet, the Lucid Planet. Visit thelucidplanet.com. Welcome home.
If you have been struggling with fear and anxiety, you know how debilitating these emotions can be. You constantly doubt yourself. You can't make decisions and feel more and more insecure and stuck. Dr. Friedman Schaub's book, The Fear and Anxiety Solution, will provide you with the insights and tools to break through these challenges. Through a step-by-step process, Dr. Schaub explains how to resolve the subconscious root causes of fear and anxiety and build a strong foundation of inner peace and confidence. Visit www.thefearandanxietysolution.com and get your copy now.
Order your copy of Dr. Friedman Schaub's The Fear and Anxiety Solution today. Visit thefearandanxietysolution.com for more information.
I am Colette Marie Steffen, and you are listening to The Truth is Funny. I just wanted to let you know you can connect with me at thetruthisfunny.com and at talesfromthevector.com for energy correcting cards and paintings, and also on the social media, Facebook, Twitter, etc., at The Truth is Funny with Colette. And I have Raul on. He has called in, wanted an energetic shift. I just wanted to check in with you, Raul. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, good. Okay, so before the break, we were. I just wanted to check in with you. We got a baseline, like you're really feeling like an 8 right now, or you were. Are you still feeling like an 8, or are you feeling like a different number now?
When I started talking to you just now, hearing your voice, I was kind of laughing because I was thinking I was working myself up due to an argument I had with my girlfriend, and we're getting into a theme here, and I was getting really upset, and I heard your voice and started laughing. So I guess I'm sort of like a little bit of relief, but then I got really, really tense with the other issue. So
because the problem is that you're not arguing with your girlfriend. You're arguing with yourself. And she is just mirroring back to you what you're arguing about within yourself. That's all.
And
this is, and because and I know that like this is something because as I said, like I I do a lot of writing, and I haven't read what I wrote like in 2016 about, when I told my dad's story about what happened with him. And one of the things that I wrote towards the end of that is like, really, all of these challenges that we are facing are really actually possibilities. I'm not just saying this. Mm-hmm. These are actually possibilities. And the more aware we become of who we are, and the more we take responsibility, and it's hard. Like I've been going through all the systems in my business. I just had Claudette Rowley on, and we were talking about cultural brilliance and taking a look at, okay, how can I change myself first and foremost to be more open to this cultural brilliance that she's speaking of, because what she's talking about is a business model, but this is also a model of how to be successful in life. And so if we're not, it's very rare that I have ever experienced people really, really rise to the occasion when they are comfortable with what's going on in their lives. And so what's happening for a lot of people, there's a lot of discomfort on this planet right now. And it's getting shaken up, and we're getting shaken up. We're moving out of this old paradigm into a new, brilliant future. And so, one of my favorite things that Phil brings up is if you want to have a brilliant future, you need to participate in it. And so that means making choices about the direction that you're going in. And so any argument that you have with your girlfriend, she is just reflecting back to you what is bothering you. And the funniest thing about energy work that makes me laugh the most, and you're going to laugh at this one, Raul, is that when people are in that, like when you're following your heart, and you've also gone through all the logic, and you've cleaned out your home, and you've sold your property, and you've moved to another country to be with someone else, to be this person you are now. This is all happening in a flurry of activity. And then what happens is the dust settles. And now we have to deal with the reality of what all of this chaos around us is doing to get us to have the impetus to get off, like what my dad used to say, shift or get off the pot. So you've already shifted, and you've gotten off the pot. Now it's kind of, you're in a place now where you need to integrate this information of who you are now and move it forward in the most powerful way that you can. And that requires a very, very good reflective mirror. And you cannot, I don't care what anyone says. I've the meditation thing, meditation is a very challenging thing to do because you're going inward and you're really looking at yourself and being quiet and still. And that for a lot of people can be very challenging. But even more challenging for me, I don't know about the rest of you out there, is having children, or a career that I really care about, or having all of these things interrupting me every second of every minute of every day is way more of a challenge to stay in a meditative state, which I like to be in most of the time. And so for me, a meditative state isn't sitting and being quiet and oming. A meditative state for me, I want to move in and out of that very quickly throughout my day with an energetic shift. And so there's many, it's to get to that state where you're at the 0 point and you no longer have these bothers. For you, a lot of people, what's coming up for you is what comes up for a lot of people. You've made all these significant changes, and the expectation is not exactly lining up with the way it's presenting itself at this time. Is that what you would say is going on with you?
Yeah, I mean, that's a very good example. Yeah, and then, there are a couple of things. I think things get extreme, like, oh, wow, I really don't like it here, or things are very different, I don't like it. And I understand I'm getting out of the comfort zone, but sometimes, the last couple of days, it's been like, I really not liking it in here. And I just keep breathing, and that brings some arguments with my girlfriend sometimes.
Yeah. So the arguments with your girlfriend are really just the discomfort that you're feeling at being in the absolute worst and absolute best place. And so this is what we talk about. We're just going to strengthen you to both sides of that, the absolute best and the absolute worst. And so this is something that I talk about also at my seminars, is that people do not, they always assume that when they get to the absolute worst, that's when they're going to get the most triggered. And it's actually when you're approaching your absolute best that you're more likely to get triggered. And the reason for this is that most people are quite comfortable wallowing in the 4% that they can see. And they actually believe that the 96% out there that they can't see doesn't matter. And we're learning it does through quantum physics, right? And so what a lot of people actually see in their everyday life is not really what's happening behind the scenes. And so those energetic, what I was saying before the break, is those energetic shifts. I'm untying the knot for you right now. But, if the water comes gushing out so fast that you can't control it, and you don't really know where you want to go with it, that's when people get triggered. And so the cards that I picked for you were it's 23, the Temple of the Soul, which is expression. And that is for my soul is home. And so we're just going to strengthen you to that. My soul is home. No matter where you are, you're at home. And you're going to be strong to being at home and integrating everything that's come up. And what came up for you as another card was the Trauma Queen, which is about that's one of the major accomplices, what I call major accomplices. So we all suffer traumas throughout our life, but a lot of those traumas revolve around rejection or and that's what's coming up for you, is really wanting to feel like totally, completely in your element where you are right now. And at the same time, how are you going to navigate through this without, collapsing your craft, like your boat? So for you right now, it's very important that you go inward and recognize that what you think you are fighting about with your girlfriend is actually what you're fighting about within yourself right now. When you get in touch, you get it, you understand that. So when you get in touch with it now, because we have another caller that I want to take after the break here. We have another one coming up. I just wanted to check in with you. I'm getting that your number changed significantly. Where are you now?
I'm at least at 4.
Yeah, I'm getting you're more at a 2. So we're going to strengthen you to the perception regarding this, and that this is fun. It's fun to discover yourself. Trust me. I've only known you for a short time, but I think you're an amazing individual, and I meet a lot of people. Don't be afraid to find out who you are.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome.
Yep. Thank you, Colette.
Okay. This is Colette Marie Steffen. We'll be right back after this short break.
Did you know that all of the shows on the Transformation Radio Network are available as podcasts to stream or download?
Really?
Check us out. Go to transformationradio.fm. We have business shows, spiritual shows, energy healing shows, and pretty much everything in between. Something for everyone, guaranteed to inspire, educate, and transform. We are transforming the world, one listener at a time.
Have you ever wondered how you might feel differently if the books were full of her instead of him? What if your history lesson was filled with powerful women leaders and rulers? As a woman, would you feel more empowered? As a man, would you see women differently? I'm Megan Edge. I'd love for you to join me on my radio show, Playing on the Edge, Radical Change with Ease, with my co-host, Dr. Pat, on Transformation Talk Radio. I hope to see you there.
Are you looking for the perfect setting for your next workshop or retreat? At Spirit Fire Meditative Retreat Center, cultivating consciousness is what we do best. Our guests count on us to create an atmosphere that supports serenity and well-being. We lead from the heart and create space for the mind. Freshly prepared meals designed with local and organic ingredients, 95 acres of beautiful woods and pastures, and a facility built with green in mind. This is what you'll find at Spirit Fire. For more information, visit spiritfireretreatcenter.com.
Introducing the Lucid Planet, a digital gathering place featuring cutting-edge, high-vibrational content that will empower and inspire you to become the greatest version of yourself. Visit the Lucid Planet today to stimulate your mind, body, and soul as you connect with a global community of like-minded people. The Lucid Planet is edited by renowned psychologist and author Dr. Kelly Neff, who is here to help you cope with anxiety, connect to your higher purpose, uncover your true passions, and live your dreams. Dr. Kelly's fresh, compassionate perspective emphasizes growth, transformation, healing, and thriving. Even in the face of adversity, say goodbye to bad news and low vibrational media for good and become part of the larger collective of people working together to navigate the global shift of consciousness and transform the world from within. Join the planet, the Lucid Planet. Visit thelucidplanet.com. Welcome home. If you have been struggling with fear and anxiety, you know how debilitating these emotions can be. You constantly doubt yourself. You can't make decisions and feel more and more insecure and stuck. Dr. Friedman Schaub's book, The Fear and Anxiety Solution, will provide you with the insights and tools to break through these challenges. Through a step-by-step process, Dr. Schaub explains how to resolve the subconscious root causes of fear and anxiety and build a strong foundation of inner peace and confidence. Visit www.thefearandanxietysolution.com and get your copy now.
Order your copy of Dr. Friedman Schaub's The Fear and Anxiety Solution today. Visit thefearandanxietysolution.com for more information.
This is Colette Marie Steffen. You are listening to The Truth is Funny on Transformation Talk Radio. We're talking today about how things aren't always the way they seem to be, and that quite often is when we are facing a lot of challenges that we fail to see the possibilities within those challenges. And we do have Julie, who's been patiently waiting to come on the show. Carter, do we have Julie?
Yep, Julie from British Columbia. Welcome to the show.
Greetings, Colette.
Hi, Julie. How are you doing?
Hi.
Julie is one of my. Julie is actually one of my official modern day dragon sayers. So, Julie, what's going on?
Thanks for taking my call, Colette. What's going on is a few exciting things. I'm about to embark on a career change, which in the bigger picture will also include being able to hopefully participate more fully in all of your wonderful classes.
Awesome.
I'm excited. It's also, it's exciting, but it's also a little bit nerve-wracking, I guess you could say. Because it also may greatly involve some big lifestyle changes as well.
Mm-hmm.
And,
so, that is not uncommon. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people getting in touch with me right now are making big changes right now. And it's exciting. And at the same time, we want to strengthen all the expectations around this for you and strengthen for that's the two cards that I was seeing for you were the ones, the Italian twins.
Mm-hmm.
The expectation and anticipation. And this is similar to our caller before, Raul, is like we anticipate things are going to go a certain way and strengthen that and let go of the expectations of how we thought it was going to turn out. And so when you get in touch with that right now, where are you on that scale, 0 to 10, about making these moves? I'm getting it's more the, when I test your energy, it was the lifestyle change that is going the weakest. So where are you on a scale of 0 to 10 on that?
For the lifestyle change, at first I thought it was a 5, but maybe it's an 8.
Yeah. You're joining in with Raul there on lifestyle change, you see. So we're just going to strengthen that for everyone. Lifestyle change doesn't mean necessarily it's forever even. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Sure.
It only takes, like, I think they say 28 days to form a habit or to let go of a habit. And so lifestyle changes aren't really about an entire lifetime. They're about making a choice. It's kind of a while back, I do these telespa calls, and I was doing one on releasing unwanted pounds. And the next day, I had no intention of giving up sugar, but the next day I decided that, all my life, like since I was 13, I've been drinking coffee with sugar in it. And all of a sudden, I just decided I'm going to try it without. And you know what I found out is I like coffee better without sugar in it.
Yeah, that's
And so, so it's kind of, we're just going to strengthen that for you, that when people think about lifestyle change, they think about hard work and, it being really challenging. When I think about lifestyle change, I want to strengthen everybody to having more fun in their style of life.
Yes,
Going
thank
out
you for
there,
that.
looking good is a business decision. So
Right.
it's just, so we're just going to strengthen you to that these changes that you're making have been percolating for quite some time now. And quite frankly,
Yes,
the
they
other
have.
card, and the card that's coming up for you, the other one that's coming up is courage.
Thank you.
This dragon, Courage, she's the one that took me 3 years to paint. 3. I thought I was stuck at the solar plexus. And that was because a lot of the changes that people need to make, and this card, the trauma card that I had pulled for Raul, this is just common. We all experience traumas. And regardless of whether someone else would perceive it as a trauma, it doesn't matter. We all have different sensitivities. We come from different walks of life. We've had different life experiences. We've had past, present, and future life experiences. We are operating on many levels. So at right now, when I'm speaking this to you, I'm energetically just tuning in to strengthen you to be more centered and stable and balanced. Your authentic self triad doesn't change. Your body, your soul, and your spirit are still authentically there with you. And so we're going to strengthen this for you and for everyone else listening now and later, that these changes that are happening, as I said, we have a tendency to acknowledge change when we get the 2x4 treatment. And we want to strengthen to be able to enjoy the change and recognize that you are taking responsibility for yourself right now, and you are making changes that you've been wanting to make for a long time. And so the scary part is over. You've already made the choice. Do you understand? You're already in the process. And you are already have made huge strides in this by coming forward and saying, I am going to do this.
Yes, and actually one of the things that has been a challenge is my partner is not on board with what I want to do because he doesn't understand it. So I recognize that there's fear there for him.
That's your partner's job. I mean, if you, as I said, when you have a mirror that's so perfectly reflecting back to you your fear, we're just going to strengthen you to that. We're going to strengthen for all of us, let go of the fear and just step into this beautiful place where you're not going to drag people kicking and screaming with you, but you're going to inspire change. How does that feel?
Feels awesome. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you
for
calling.
My mission statement that big word, inspire.
Yeah. So this is, we're just going to strengthen you to your mission statement, inspire. And I want to thank you for calling in. You know, we're at the end, pretty much at the end of the show here now. And so, you know, thank you for, you know, can we check in really quick with you and see what number you're at?
Probably about a 1.
Yeah. And so we're just going to strengthen the perception around all of this for all of us. You know, remember when you were a little kid and everything was exciting?
You know what? There's glimpses of it, yes.
There we go.
Yeah.
I say if you want to inspire yourself to have really effective change, hang out with babies. They'll teach you how to do new things and enjoy it. So thank you.
I can tap into that. Thank you, Colette.
All right. This is Colette Marie Steffen. You've been listening to The Truth is Funny on Transformation Talk Radio. Thank you for everyone listening in. And once again, thank you for the brave people who have called in. And we'll be back next week, as I said, with Phil and his brother with their last show. And bye for now. We'll see you next Wednesday, 8 o'clock a.m. Pacific time.
You've been listening to The Truth is Funny with Colette Steffen. Tune in to The Truth is Funny with Colette Steffen each Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Join Colette on the Higher Self Network as she provides energetic shifts and consistent results in every area of life, inspiring listeners to shine their brilliance and ensure success while roaring with laughter as they recognize the humor of the giant cosmic joke. The Truth is Funny. Visit thetruthisfunny.com for more information. That's thetruthisfunny.com.